doing a drink review here today, and just a gum chewing, soft spoken, little sports ramble, nothing crazy, just kind of discussing the remaining playoff action that's going on. I'm pretty sure I've reviewed this. It's a classic. Cherry Coke. There's not much I can find anymore these days that I'm really interested in drinking. It's kind of funny, even the energy drink tip, which I've been trying to avoid anyway, but I'm not seeing anything that catches my eyes. It's like I'm going to other videos, so it's kind of nice down North Carolina to come across hopefully some different drinks that I can do or whatever. But I know this is good. I do like a Cherry Coke. Cherry Coke is good. There's not much else I can say about it. I probably like it more than a regular Coke these days. I almost prefer Pepsi to Coke. It's kind of funny. I kind of go back and forth with that, and I've done this like my whole life. I'll be drinking a ton of Coke, and then I'll be like, I don't want this anymore. I'll drink Pepsi instead. There have been a few drinks over my lifetime too that I've knocked, like Minute Maid orange soda. I used to drink a lot when I was younger, and then I just was like, I don't like this anymore. Which is weird. That happened with another drink, and I can't remember what it was that I really liked, and then for some reason I was just like, I'm done. That happens with food too. With me over time, I'll be like, I don't like this anymore. But yeah, Cherry Coke is classic. I'd give it a 9 out of 10, honestly. I think I've probably reviewed it before. Maybe I didn't give it a 9. It is the nice blend of the cherry and the Coke, so it almost has its own flavor. Like a cherry Pepsi tastes a bit different than this, but it's almost like not like what you would think a cherry would taste like. So they probably did their own bioengineering. Although this says nothing about that. It's a classic soda. It's been around for a long time. Kind of a quick review on it. There's not much I can say about it. I like it. It's just a nice tasting drink. It's a nice blend, and they put their own kind of Coke spin on it, I guess, because it's not like I've had other cherry drinks that have completely different tastes, you know, because a lot of these flavored drinks, when they're the same kind of whatever the hell it may be, watermelon, strawberry, cherry, a lot of them taste somewhat similar. This doesn't really taste like it. I mean, I will say this though, this is not as good as like a Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper still, and they do their own thing too. Dr. Pepper, I think, is still kind of, because that's supposed to be cherryish, right? Dr. Pepper. But oh my God, man. Like I've said about Dr. Pepper in the past, is when Dr. Pepper gets mixed with things, a lot of the times, the Dr. Pepper taste just always overpowers it. I think there was one that had a decent blend. I don't know if it was the strawberries and cream one, or there was another one. But a lot of the other flavored kind of Dr. Peppers I've had, and maybe there's only been like 3 or 4. I know there's a dark berry one. I know strawberries and cream. There's definitely, I think, a third one. What the hell was it though? Or maybe it was just the 2 of them, and there was not one, because Dr. Pepper is like such a strong taste that it just obliterates like anything else that's blended with it. At least in my opinion, that's how I taste them. But 9 out of 10 on Cherry Coke. Classic flavor from everyone's favorite. Everybody's favorite asshole Coca-Cola company. You think that's true? Bullshit. None of these bottles are recycled bottles. But anyway, sports. We're in the conference finals here. Dallas is up 1-0. By the time this is put up, I'm filming this Friday, so Saturday. I'm putting this up Saturday. So that could be 1-1 or 2-0. Dallas is up 1-0 on Minnesota. Boston won again last night. Pretty big. They're up 2-0 now. I think that series is, I'd say, in the bag, but Boston's playing extremely well. Outside of those game 2 hiccups in the first 2 rounds, they've kind of dominated almost every game. I know the game 1 they did not. Indiana kind of fucked up, but that's a good sign for a team if they can win games where they're not at their best and it looks like they're done, on top of them dominating. So, whoa, I almost smacked this. Here goes a motorcycle. Probably not a Harley. That's basketball. Hockey, Edmonton won 3-2. Sorry, 3-2 in double overtime against Dallas in game 1. They're up 1-0. Florida shutout. I mean, I think they're playing tonight too. So I don't know if that's going to be a 1-1 or 2-0 series. And by the time I get to the next video, I'll probably mention it. Florida did win game 1 though, 3-0. Florida just looks good, man. And they have improved upon last year where they made the Stanley Cup final. They lost, but they improved this year by, I think, almost. They only had they were technically the 8th seed last year, right? If you were seeding them, excuse me, wow. I'm pretty sure they would have been the 8th seed right behind the Islanders. They ran the table to them. They didn't run the table. They ran the table in the Eastern Conference. And then lost to Vegas, but they improved. They have 110 points or something this year. So they improved almost 20 points. And they took out Tampa in 5. And then they beat Boston in 6. They just look good. They just, I don't know. I think the Rangers are going to have a tough time. I'm not saying they can't win that series, but I think that's going to be a tough thing to win. The Rangers, I've noticed, and they did this against Carolina too. I know Carolina does that with teams. I mean, I hate to count the Islanders because the Islanders will just not shoot the puck for periods, even if the other team's not playing good defense. But I know the Rangers in this series, the game 1 and the other series, they go long chunks of time without getting shots off. So either the other teams are just blocking a lot of shots and playing great D, or the Rangers are just trying to get the perfect shot. I don't know. It's probably a combination of both. I think McDavid. Oh no. I think McDavid got the game winner in double overtime. I think it was only his 3rd goal for the playoffs. I know he's got a ton of assists and a lot of primary assists. A lot of secondary assists are kind of weak. Some are good if it's a nice boom, boom, boom play. But he has a lot of primary assists, so he's obviously setting up a lot of the goals. I think he has 20 assists, and probably wouldn't be surprised if 2/3 of them are primary ones. Out of the 4 teams left, I would like to see Edmonton win it out of the 4. I've never had an issue with Edmonton. I really don't have an issue with any of the teams. The only team I really don't want to see win is the Rangers, and that's just the New York thing, rivalry with the Islanders, But I have nothing against the Rangers either, so. But out of all 4 teams, it would probably be Edmonton first. Probably followed by Dallas. But these 4 teams are I'm not, none of them, including the Rangers, they don't really bother me. The Rangers are just more built in, in your mind. That's how it has to be, right? It's the rivalry. No, they can't win. They can't win the title. The baseball's still going, obviously. Yankees are doing well. Soto's ripping it up. Judge is now ripping it up. He was, I don't know what to call it, a slump. He was still getting on base. Still had a high OPS, even though he wasn't crushing homers and stuff. But now he's probably over 1,000 OPS, or at least high 9s. So is Soto. Stanton's doing all right. His OPS is lower, but he's cranking homers too. And they've been getting good pitching. They're a solid team. Who has the best record in the league, though? Oh, the Phillies. Yeah, the Phillies are ripping it. Last I saw, 37-14. They're ripping it up, man. They got a heavy lineup too. This is a couple teams. The Braves have a heavy lineup. Yankees do. Dodgers do. Dodgers are doing well too. They're in first. I think they've lost maybe 1 or 2 in a row, but they still are like 33 and 19 or something in 18. They should win that division, no problem. But you never know. The Astros are starting to play better. They're still like 6 games under 500, but they were playing like shit to start the season. I feel like they were 13, 14 games over 500 not that long ago, so they're starting to play better. That's a weak division at the moment, the AL West. I think Seattle's in first now, like a game or 2 over 500. And of course, it's, they're probably almost playing 50 games into the season. I think most teams almost. Mets are slip sliding away. That was to be expected. Oh yeah, that pitcher on the Pirates did pretty well. Yeah, they ended up blowing it. Some guy in the bullpen gave like 5 runs. I forget who they played. Maybe Cleveland. Because I think he was actually saying something. I don't know if this was fake or not, but I don't think it was. He was like something about like, oh, the pitcher's going to adjust to you, and he said something like a cocky type of young player type thing. And everybody's like, oh, he's going to get... I don't know if he actually said it. If this is just... There's a lot of fake things you see on Instagram. Like, you got to look and make sure the name of the account, because it'll be something fake, and it'll be like fake quotes and stuff. I think this actually was real, but... He actually pitched well again. He gave up only 1 run, went 6 innings. But some guy in the bullpen, I think he had like 5 runs. That guy's off to a good start, though. His second start was really good. His first one was okay. At least 2 of the 3 would be considered quality starts. Baseball's like so ridiculous. Like, don't they have the stats for like how hard the ball comes off a guy's bat and shit like that? Like, they've taken it so deep. I don't mind. I like some of the advanced stats. I kind of like some of that stuff, and then sometimes it's just so like it's so much. But I'm like, I can't. I'll focus on this other stuff, but I'm not focusing on that. But it is the sport to have that kind of like the best sport for like the advanced analytics. There's so many numbers and things and shit. But and Orioles are doing pretty good as well. I think they're in second, or maybe it might be around the same record actually. We had an ant problem a couple of years ago, and then we got trapped in this ant. The cat's like following it around. She didn't pay much mind. Unless she tried to eat it, and that's what I heard, but she wasn't successful. I always love that. Someone will like bug out over a spider, and you'll have a dog or a cat that will just go over and eat it. they're not bugging out at all. They're just like, oh, look at this. But yeah, I got the pod coming tomorrow, and fill that up on Sunday, make our move. No later than Thursday, probably Wednesday or Thursday. I'm literally just throwing stuff up here. You'll probably see one more drink review. I do have to do the shady vid. Probably another eating video as well. I don't even know. I'll probably throw it around. Like, I'm not focused on any kind of anything in depth. Like, even the shady vids just kind of be like, oh, we gotta get out of here type thing. But not that I'm not throwing anything in depth. Like, I'm just like, I know it's a little repetitive recently, but I don't want to like, my efforts and thoughts are elsewhere for the move and stuff that I'm still want to get the videos up and I'm enjoying them, but I don't want to go nuts with anything at the moment. I do have to stop this in a minute or two because I had to close the windows in here, and it's like 80-something degrees today, so we don't have the AC in here because I'm not putting the AC in to take the damn thing out. 2 days later, I'll deal with the heat. We got a fan. Any other sports going on? WNBA's been going on. I know that's all the rage now from the women in college, and all of a sudden they focused on. For some reason, it's weird because there's always I've always like not followed WNBA, but I check the standings for a lot of different type of leagues, and so I don't, there's always been like great players, but it's like once they decide to focus on some players, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, right, Cameron Brink, and Paige Beckers, whatever her name is. Other, I think she's still in college, but all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, it explodes. Everybody just. Instead, it could have been all the rage 15 years ago, but I've been just paying attention to some of that stuff. I didn't realize they only have 12 teams, I think, in their league. I think they're getting some more, but it's got to happen at some point, right? There's nothing wrong with getting the attention, even if it comes later on into because I think that WNBA has been around since maybe the late 90s, 97, 98 or something like that. But everybody's focused on Caitlin Clark specifically. And then you have the people who want her to go. She has the fans that love her, and then the other people want to see her fail. You know how it goes with sports. It doesn't matter what sport it is, men, women. It doesn't matter what sport it is. If someone starts getting a lot of attention, they're going to pull in fans, and they're going to pull in half of them are going to love the person, the other half are like, I want to see you fail. Mainly because you're just getting a bunch of hype from everybody. So it's like, and I've been there myself. I've done this myself. I'm like, how dare they keep talking about the person if they fail? And you're like, what? Her team is 0-5, though. I mean, they were the worst team in the league. I think back-to-back number one picks, so might be 3 in a row for number one picks. Is the MLS going on, the soccer league? Like I said, I want to get down there and focus on the Charlotte team a little bit and see, okay, maybe I'll get into this. I probably won't be able to hardcore get into it, but you never know. Oh, I think it was at ESPN, Amazon, and NBC got like rights to NBA after next year. So TNT's got like, everybody's like, oh shit, they're losing the inside the NBA. The thing with Ernie Johnson, Barkley, Kenny Smith, and Shaq. Everybody loves it. And like, well, what are they going to do now? But the real news is, apparently, the NBA on NBC theme is coming back. I think it's actually coming back for the Olympics in the summer that are coming up in a couple of months, right? The Paris Olympics. And then I think they're going to bring it back when the NBA comes back. I was like, hell yeah, everybody knows that's like a top 5, if not the best song ever made. The NBA and NBA's. And then if you listen to like the whole song on YouTube, you get the middle part that they don't really play. They never used to play. Because I remember that, like when I first got into basketball, like that really was a theme for like a year, I think. The John Tesh original. And I'm just like, this is awesome. Such a good tune. The ESPN NHL Hockey Night was always a good tune. NFL and CBS was good. And then you had all the, do they still do it on ESPN? NFL Primetime. I know it was Tom Jackson and Chris Berman back in the day. Those songs were all great. Like, I'll still listen to those on YouTube. They have them all. The highlight music. But anyway, 9 out of 10 on the Cherry Coke. It's a classic. And just a bit of a sports ramble there. But thanks everybody for checking this out. Have a good day.